light tanks. What are they? How do I build them? And how do I use them? This is what's going to be covered in the video today, guys. So stay tuned, and by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly how to use a light tank properly. So what we're going to do is click on a random province we've got here, and we're going to go onto our production tab, looking at everything we've got unlocked. Light tanks come about halfway through, heading towards the end. And that is exactly when you are going to be using them. Looking at the map here, you can see I, as Morocco, have expanded massively, and all of my allies around here have expanded a fair bit as well. I mean, Spain has taken over France, Italy's taken over most of Europe, and so it's pretty obvious that we are heading towards the late mid to end game, which is exactly when we are going to be using these heavy units. As you can see, our light tanks are going to be the most expensive thing that we will be developing since our last episodes looking at the armored cars and artillery units. In fact, they cost double the money, almost double the iron ore, and 50% more oil as well. So we are not going to be playing around with these. If you are building them, you are using them, and for very good reason. Key reason you're going to use them is because of the immense damage and hit points. An average damage of 30 is a huge upgrade to the damage of 9 with our armored cars, basically meaning that we would need over 3 armored cars to deal the same damage as our light tank. And then they have got a load of hit points as well at 175 versus the 60 of your armored cars. You do take a slight speed hit at 42 compared to the armored car at 72. And what that basically means is that these tanks, unlike your armored cars that you might be using for scouting or rushing across your map, these are here for frontline combat with purpose and meaning. If you're going to deploy these units, you know where they're going and you are thinking a few steps ahead. As we can see here, they are very much a ground troop. They deal most damage to normal troops, and everything else is relatively negligible. Although they are good for bulking out against attacking buildings, and if you resort to it, then they can be a useful asset in your navy as well. But fundamentally, you should be focusing on ground troops. Our light tanks are there for fast breakthrough attacks, being useful to lead a push once your infantry have weakened a target. Despite not being as fast as armored cars, they are still rapid response units relative to your other vehicles in your arsenal. So think of them as mobile reaction forces. Thirdly, they support infantry massively. So because of their higher attack strength, combining them with infantry stacks helps boost your attack power, reduces your infantry casualties, and fundamentally helps win your battles faster. They're also useful for deeper strikes, perhaps penetrating deep into railgun or backline units. However, they do have a limited HP. Compared to heavy tanks, they do have limits. And so stay tuned for the next episode where we are going to be covering heavy tanks, because you might come to realize that they are a better fit for what you're needing to do. And so there you go, guys, a quick summary into what light tanks are, their strengths but also weaknesses, how to build them, and hopefully now, if you are a beginner, you know a little bit more about this unit. If you like Supremacy 1914 gameplay and tutorials, then make sure you subscribe and let me know exactly what you want to see in coming episodes. I am open to suggestions, so drop as many comments as you want below. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, and I will be forever thankful. And I will see you next, General, on the battlefield very, very soon.